Everyday peoples, what's up?
What's going on, boss? How you feeling?
I'm right, man. I'm right. I'm not a boss like you yet, but thanks. For the viewers who don't know, this is the first person I interviewed way back in February. Got some good news, and I want him to tell it.
Has it been that long?
Yes, it's been February 4th, I think.
Wow.
February 4th. It was before I went to the All-Star weekend in Orlando. So, yeah, man, tell people what's the good news.
Well, I'm excited. February 4th was a while ago, and so many things have happened since February 4th. I believe during that time we were talking about a book I was in process of writing at that point. And the title of that book then, which of course now is What If I Am? The crazy part is February 4th, when we did the first interview, I didn't have a title for the book. I was searching within, I was looking, I couldn't find the title. But the title came to me during one of my interviews that Anthony McCarthy, he's in the book, he's in the ebook sampler that's out right now. And during his interview, that's when the title of the book, What If I Am? The Four Stages of Life, came to me. So that was then. This is now. From the 4th of February to the 25th of June, I am glad to sit here before you today to tell you that the book has been published. I'm so excited. The ebook, to be honest with you, is the thing that was published. I'm rolling it out in 2 phases. I'm rolling out in an ebook in a digital format just to wet the whistle of the readers. It's almost like the appetizer before the big entree. So the ebook sampler is going to give you a brief overview, a brief synopsis of the book. And then in the fall of 2013, that's when the final book is going to be released, is going to be published. And I'm so excited after interviewing numerous of people from various backgrounds across the country. They are just as excited as I am for the new book to be released. So, with that being said, I am excited to be here before you today, sir, and also the viewers. So here, what if I am living my purpose? How much different would your life be? What if you are living your dreams? What if you are earning the income that you desire? What if you are living a life full of peace and happiness and joy? And what if you are living in drive? How much different would your life be? And think about this. What if you were living in fear? What if you were living a life full of procrastination? What if you were living a life, what if you were living someone else's dreams and running from your own dreams? What if you were living in park, reverse, and neutral? How much different would your life be? Or how much the same would your life be? What if I am?
Why don't you give the viewers a brief synopsis of the brief synopsis of What If I Am?
So I'm going to give you the brief synopsis of the brief synopsis of the book. What If I Am? It came to me one day sitting in my car. I had an eureka moment, or the universe spoke to me, or God spoke to me, whichever way seems fit. I was sitting there stuck in traffic, sitting in my vehicle stuck in traffic, and I had my foot applied to the brake. And as I was sitting there, I noticed that, of course, not only was my foot applied to the brake, I was also sitting in traffic and drive. And I noticed, I said, wow, Kashuan, in order to reach drive, I had to go through 3 different gears and 3 different stages in order to get to drive. I had to go from park, I had to go past reverse, I had to go through neutral, and then the ultimate stage to move me forward was drive. So then I started thinking about it. There's no way that I can reach from park to drive without applying any pressure. So I applied the same concept to life. In order to get from one stage in our life to the next stage in life, there are certain things that we go through. There are certain pressures that we go under. I believe it was Russell Simmons that said it this. He said 2 things happen under pressure. Pipes bust or diamonds are made. And in drive, that's what happens. Diamonds are made under pressure. So I had to apply pressure to get from park to reverse. I had to apply pressure to get from reverse to neutral. And then to go from neutral to drive, I had to once again apply pressure once more. So the thing is, it's easy to be stuck. It's easy to be stuck in park. It's easy to get stuck in reverse. It's definitely easy to get stuck in neutral. However, being stuck in neutral, you are one stage away from becoming a diamond. All you have to do is hold on a little while longer, embrace the pressures of life, embrace the struggles of life, and keep going. So all of that happened to me sitting in traffic. So I took that same concept and say, hey, you know what? Let me teach this concept. I taught it to a group of men, and a good friend of mine, Mr. Charles Trustee, he said, cool, why don't you turn this into a book? So it was his words that actually gave me the motivation and inspiration to write the book that your viewers are going to read in the near future. So what if I am? That's a question. I believe that the last sentence in my introduction of the book, it says, our life is a puzzle waiting to be answered by the questions we ask. Our life is a puzzle waiting to be put together by the questions we ask. I know growing up and going through the struggles that I've gone through in life, the challenges and the setbacks, I asked victim questions. I asked questions such as, why am I going through this? Why do I deserve this? Am I not smart enough? Am I not, what is it about me? Why I keep going through the same thing? And what I found myself not getting any better, but I found myself getting worse. I found myself falling in a deeper well of despair and depression. So it wasn't until I started changing the questions I asked myself, that's when a whole new window, a whole new world was open for me. I started asking questions like, what if I am living my purpose? And here on earth, that is probably one of the major factors in our life. Are we living our purpose? And ask yourself this question while you're viewing this footage. What if I am living my purpose? How much different would your life be? What if you are living your dreams? What if you are earning the income that you desire? What if you are living a life full of peace and happiness and joy? And what if you are living in drive? How much different would your life be? And think about this. What if you were living in fear? What if you were living a life full of procrastination? What if you were living a life, what if you were living someone else's dreams and running from your own dreams? What if you were living in park, reverse, and neutral? How much different would your life be? Or how much the same would your life be? And that's the title of the book, to think about it, to reflect on it. To, during those quiet times when the radio's off and the music is off and nobody's around, think about how much better you want your life to be. So what if I am the 4 stages of life? And the 4 stages of life, I'm pretty sure you're asking yourself, what could those 4 stages in life be? And those 4 stages are, once again, park, reverse, neutral, and drive. And I'm going to give you a brief overview of each stage. And of course, based on each overview, you can examine your life. I believe nobody can examine your life like you can. So we have park. This is a person who resides in this stage because of hopelessness or a traumatic event, like myself. At the age of 6, the fall of 1986, I seen one of the most traumatic things that could have happened to me in my life. I walked into the downtown Brooklyn courtroom, and my father was standing behind the dividers that separate the courtroom with his hands behind his back with 2 white officers on the side of him. And I saw my mother, she was crying, and long and behold, I saw something I've never seen in person before, only on the television show Cops. I saw the silver bracelets, and that really did something to me. It really, really, really was a traumatic experience because I never thought that my father, the man who I love, would be arrested, but not only arrested, to go away for a while. And not only was that event traumatic, it was the words that came out of his mouth after I seen the cuffs. He looked at me, he said, "Kashuan, Daddy isn't coming home anytime soon. You are now the man of the house." At 6 years old, how do you fathom being the man of anyone's house? You're not even the man of your own bed at that age. And I had to take on a serious responsibility and a serious role because my dad, the leader, the king of my house, was no longer there. And that did something to me that I am still working through the emotional and psychological effects that that event had really taken out of me. So that was my park, and I went through many years being in park, and it wasn't until recently I graduated to the next stage, which is reverse. A good brother that I interviewed for the book, Benjamin Barnwell, he said it this way. He said, in the stage of reverse, you have to face it to fix it. My nature, I'm the type of person where I want to sweep things under the rug. And then wishing and hoping and praying and crossing my fingers that things would just go away. But I realized as I was getting older, the mounds of dirt and the mounds of hurt and the mounds of pain under the rug, it wasn't going anywhere. Actually, it was growing as I was growing. And I realized that my scars were outgrowing me. I wasn't outgrowing my scars. And because of my scars was outgrowing me, I was living a scarred life. And that's what had me in park. And I knew there was more to life, but I didn't know exactly how to get there. So with that being said, it wasn't until recently I had to confront my father. I had to confront that issue. And most importantly, I had to confront myself in order to fix it, in order to move forward. Having 4 children who depend on me to stay and drive, who depend on me to live and drive, who depend on me to operate and drive in every aspect and area of my life. What if I am living my purpose? How much different would your life be? What if you are living your dreams? What if you are earning the income that you desire? What if you are living a life full of peace and happiness and joy? And what if you are living in drive? How much different would your life be? And think about this. What if you were living in fear? What if you were living a life full of procrastination? What if you were living a life, what if you were living someone else's dreams and running from your own dreams? What if you were living in park, reverse, and neutral? How much different would your life be? Or how much the same would your life be? What if I am